Hey everybody, it's Eli Roberts at Adventures in Ink, the new comic book store in Leander, Texas. We're at the Reagan's Crossing Shopping Center behind the Seven Oaks Coffee Shop. So if you're out and about today, come on by and check us out. It is Thursday, so one of the things I like to do on Thursday is I do this thing called Throwback Thursday, where I talk about a comic series or an event from a while back that was pretty cool, or at least I think it's pretty cool. And so today, what we're going to take a look at is an event from DC. So, back, I don't know if they really don't really do them a whole lot these days, but back in the or the late 90s and the early aughts, they used to have these things called a fifth week event. And so a fifth week event would be when a month had a fifth week that comic companies typically didn't have a lot of stuff going out on that fifth week. And so sometimes places would come up with a thing they would call like a special fifth week event, which was like a once a year type of thing. And so one year, DC did this really cool thing where they introduced like an alternate reality and they called it Tangent Comics. And so the Tangent Comics were named after current DC properties. Some were being published, some weren't. Like you see here, Sea Devils. There wasn't a comic called Sea Devils going on at the time, but they used it and they introduced this team called Sea Devils, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept. And so all of these titles, from Sea Devil to the Nightwing to Metal Men to the Joker, uh, the Atom, these were all connected. And so if you read them all, then you got like one full story, and you didn't really have to read all of them. It's kind of like that Netflix show Kaleidoscope, where you could read one and that would be fine, and you could read them out of order. Like it didn't really matter how you read them or anything like that. But they're pretty cool. So Tangent Comics, they did this one year, and then a couple of years later, they revisited Tangent Comics. They did another set of fifth week event with Tangent Comics, and even today, the legacy of Tangent Comics lives on because there's a new series called Green Lantern Dark, which follows a person who gets these powers on the Tangent Universe Earth. So yeah, so it's a pretty cool story. Come in and check it out. We can talk. We'll talk comics. So that's it for Throwback Thursday. Fifth week events and Tangent Comics from DC. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.